right, Bobby. Sicario, a movie I've had circled on the calendar ever since we started doing this podcast. It was always a matter of when, not if, we were going to do it. This thing's a classic. Bob, I'm really interested. What were your thoughts pre-watch? Like, what was this movie like in your mind? And then post the rewatch, what were your feelings on Sicario?
Coach, I think we've gotten really good at rating movies, talking about movies, and this might be example number A. I remember seeing this movie, like, that was awesome. That was cool concept. You know, it's basically just about, just trying to track down a drug lord or trying to, stop a drug ring. And, okay, move on. Emily Blunt's good. Del Toro, he's good. And then you watch this with a pad and paper, and this movie is amazing. This movie was incredible. You know, we talk about great characters. Benicio Del Toro, we maybe need a coach from the Gentleman Award of just underrated acting parts. He was unbelievable. Emily Blunt, super annoying, but a really good job. Brolin is incredible. And then I'm sure we'll talk about this guy forever, for a long time. I mean, on this podcast, Taylor Sheridan he's very similar to James Cameron, wasting his time writing these Avatar movies. Get this guy writing more movies. Hell or High Water and this guy is absolutely incredible, right?
He is. I mean, Hell or High Water, I think when we did that a couple months ago, we were kind of surprised at how good that was. He's got a third one, Wind River. Did you ever see Wind River, Bob? It's got Renner in it, one of the Olsen sisters. You never saw it?
No, never saw it. I'm in, though. Are we doing it next week?
We can. I would say of the three, it's in third place, which is no slight to it. I mean, Sicario and Hell or High Water are really good. But yeah, Taylor Sheridan. Look, I love Landman. I love Yellowstone. I love all that. I like this kind of stuff better. I mean, I like Sicario and Hell or High Water better.
It was absolutely incredible. And Del Toro I tried to put a list together. I was, frankly, just ran out of time of see the best second. Like, what tier? Let's talk about that now. Del Toro. What tier actor is he? He's not top tier. I don't even think he's second tier. And then I just started going, I'm going to research all these actors and put them in tiers. I'm like, no, I'm not. I have a job and a family. I can't do that. What level is he?
Yeah, he's definitely not the top. He's not the headliner guy. You're not going to see a Benicio Del Toro movie. He's perfect in like the third spot, or Finster. He's like one of those spots. But I will say this. When I know Benicio Del Toro's in a movie, I'm intrigued, maybe because of this role. But I definitely I'd say like a third tier guy, Bobby.
He was, we don't do this award much, but he's the Heath Ledger winner for this one. All I wanted was more him on the screen. Really cool. I don't know if you read all the research on this. Basically, the script was written, and him and Sheridan got together, and Benicio Del Toro got rid of 90% of the words said by his character in this movie. He's like, less is more. I mean, he says like 3 lines in the whole movie, but that's pretty cool. You think these actors they don't get caught up in how many words they're saying, how much screen time they've got. And he cut it all down, and it worked absolutely perfectly. He stole the absolute. He's not the scene stealer. He's in it too much, but he absolutely stole this movie.
It's funny you said that about the 3 lines. The 3 quotes I wrote down are all his.
Yeah.
the best ones.
Exactly.
And it's incredible. Great director here, Bob. Denis Villeneuve of Dune fame. Dune 1 and 2. Arrival, which is a sneaky good sci-fi
I got to rewatch
movie. And then Prisoners.
TikTok has been basically forced that the Chinese want me to watch Arrival. Do I need to rewatch this? I don't remember it much at all.
I like it a lot. Renner, again. Amy Adams. A cool movie with a cool twist. Now, not an all-time, oh my God, but it's a cool twist. I enjoyed it. I don't know that we would do it on the pod necessarily. We could. It's kind of right on that tier. But I like Arrival.
I was going to say, because I think we're going to get Joe Bay back in the studio next week for a comedy, and then we're searching for the next one. You don't think we should do Arrival?
Oh, I would do it. I think you probably need to, because I'm a little more into sci-fi maybe than you are. Although, I don't know. With Interstellar, you've maybe come over to the dark side. I think you would like it. I enjoyed it.
Not into sci-fi. Interstellar is my favorite movie of all time. What are you talking about? What's your problem? I don't even
Bob, would it shock you to know this thing only made $85 million? Or is this just too dark, grimy, gritty, Cartel? I mean, this is a tough hang of a movie.
Well, that actually seems like a lot. This is not a $300, $400 million movie. This is not a Marvel movie, right? So no, that probably seems right.
89 worldwide. Bob, the top 3 movies in 2015. By the way, 10-year anniversary of this thing. Actually in September.
That's why we did
2015.
Listen, we don't do this haphazardly.
Not at all. Bob, I always like to have you guess, because your memory is noteworthy. The top 3 movies in 2015, all from major franchises, big, huge franchises. Can you get any one of the top 3 grossing movies of 2015?
2015 is going to be, that's obviously the first one is Avatar, came out in that year. That came out this year.
Wrong.
Then there was a Toy Story that came out in 2015. That was obviously... And then I think there was a remake of Little Orphan Annie, which did really well.
Wow, you did poor. Number 1 that year at the box office, Bob, Star Wars.
And Star Wars, obviously. Yep.
Number 2, Jurassic World.
Jurassic Park one. Yep, got it.
And number 3, I thought you would have gone there, Furious 7.
Furious 7, Fast and Furious, obviously. Those are the ones.
It did, this movie, well, it didn't make a lot of money. 3 Academy Award nominations, no wins. Cinematography, which we're big into that.
Obviously.
The score, love the score. Did you enjoy the you just kind of that?
Listen, I got some questions on that noise. I've got some questions.
And editing. Best Picture, Bob. I know this will get into your craw. It has come up a time or two. I'll give you the movies that were nominated that didn't win. You start thinking about what did win. Nominated, did not win Best Picture. The Big Short, covered on this podcast. Oh. The Martian will be covered on this podcast.
Oh,
The Revenant.
Pause right there, Mark.
Maybe, yeah.
My kids are 11 and 12. Watch The Martian with them. And they love it.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, that's a young kid movie. Yeah.
Younger. I mean, but that kind of just like opened my eyes, man. We're starting to get into some territory where we can watch some movies, because The Martian is not a kids movie, but you're right. It's good.
The Revenant, Bob, which not a kids movie, but can you guess what won Best Picture? A clue: it takes place in Boston, and we covered it on the Boston City podcast that you hated.
Mystic River.
No, Spotlight, which I love.
Jeez, Spotlight. Mystic River's way before that. Yeah, I'm bad at that.
A big moment at the Oscars that year, Bob. Leo finally won an Academy Award for Best Actor, playing Hugh Glass. You remember Hugh Glass in American Primeval?
Oh, yeah, I do. I sure do.
Just kind of the unofficial sequel, I think, to the Primeval. I could have seen a world. He wasn't nominated, and it probably would never happen. Benicio Del Toro, 100%. Best Supporting Actor? Why not?
He got nominated a lot in kind of the obscure, like, Ohio River Valley Movie Club and stuff like that. There was a million nominations for this movie, but yeah, he wasn't unheralded, but he wasn't on that. Speaking of that guy, who'd you just mention? The actor you just mentioned?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, on American Primeval. Who's the guy?
I just said American Primeval. I did not say an actor.
The main guy in American
Hugh Glass was the guy he portrayed, yeah.
Okay, but in American Primeval, the actor that does that, he's on the new Terminal List is out on Prime. Have you checked this out? Did you watch the first Terminal List with Chris Pratt?
Loved it. Loved Jack Carr, the SEAL guy that writes this. I've got 2 big flights coming up, Bob, so I am backloading the catalog, and Terminal List will be. Have you started it? It's like a prequel, right?
No, I guess it's a prequel because they just needed to bring that guy on the show.
Yeah, everybody loves that guy.
I haven't watched it yet.
That's the tie-in. Taylor Kitsch is from American Primeval in Terminal List.
Yeah,
I got it. Bobby, this thing produced 2 sequels. I love saying this first one. One sequel, another one to come. 2018, Sicario, Day of the Soldado, otherwise known as Dia de Soldado. Bobby, did you see the sequel to Sicario?
You can't say Day of the Soldado. You can't say 2 English words with a Spanish word. It's Dia de la Soldado.
Dia de la Soldado. Did you see it?
Very similar to the first one. I shockingly, can't really remember, but I just remember it being like, okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
They dove in a little. I think they made this movie and were like, all right, Alejandro's the guy. So it focuses way more on him. It's okay. I don't know that you'd want to go back and watch it. But another one, supposedly, Bob, coming out, TBD on the date, Sicario Capos. It's in development. Capos. So we might get that. I'll be ready to watch that. Bobby, I am on pins and needles for the helicopter rating in this movie. I, at times, was like, oh my God, could this be better than Die Hard? They don't totally land the plane on it, no pun intended. but a very good use of helicopters. It should have been more, in my opinion, Bob. Where does it stand?
Mark, me and you are so in tune on this helicopter rating because you're going to be shocked, maybe, but then you're going to be like, yup, you nailed it. It's a 50. Okay? Now, it gets a 50. Remember, Goodfellas got like a 68, not because of the helicopter, but because of that wind shade. That's just like, it's such part of it. This could have been an incredible helicopter movie. They just didn't dive in. They didn't. Fast forward to Hall of Fame plaques. I had a Hall of Fame plaque for best sound in the world. Helicopter is one of them. I mean, you've heard it. You guys heard it when we just introduced it. So they just whiffed. They absolutely whiffed. It could have been incredible, but it's got a 50 mark, just right in the middle.
I like it. Yeah, it'll mostly be remembered for me as just a missed potential on an epic helicopter movie. Bobby, you've hinted at some awards this thing got, or nominations. How'd we do in the Golden Schmoke category?
No, nothing of note. The one thing I noted, it got like 164 nominations and only like 8 wins.
Oh,
it's just so, it's just very critically acclaimed by the Ohio River Valley movie club, but nothing that was really, really funny enough to put in the list. I tell you, I've got some questions on here, but did you know these scenes that are filmed in Juarez, or that it's not Juarez? So there's places in America that look like this. Are we sure about this? Like, what's going on? Now, there was some Mexico City filmings, but there was a lot of El Paso, Albuquerque, some Mexico City. But man, I don't think I'd last long in where they were filming these movies. Correct?
Yeah, I think of all the scary places in the world. You talk about the Middle East, Vietnam, like all these kind of places. That area, it looks very terrifying to me. A lot of close quarters, a lot of stuff going on. Seems like I wouldn't last very long down there.
Well, and if you go missing, A, no one cares. B, no one's coming to find it. And like, hey, we're going to investigate. We heard Bob went missing. Like, nobody cares. So you're just gone.
Nobody would care. Anything else for you, Bobby? You want to go into some scenes?
Let's go into some scenes, my man.
What I find interesting about this movie, it's 2 hours, but I'm riveted the whole time. Like, there's no, like, I'm fast forwarding or, I remember this part that's not very good. But I only really have, like, 4 major scenes. Now, I'm taking some liberty there and kind of expanding it out. Did you go beyond 4 that you had written down, Bob?
I got 6 of them, but I might have merged 2 of them. So why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, let's talk through it. One thing I love is we just open up right in the movie. Like, there's nothing. You get the little definition of what Sicario is, which I think is cool. That'll be in a hold-up thing. But we go right to the SWAT thing. They're invading this house, which I love the way they just pull the truck right up into the house. Like, is this legal? I don't know if this is legal. And then the bodies in the drywall, like, wow, we are in for a ride here. That's not going to be really good. The explosion, and we're off. But that first scene, I think, just gets you right into the movie, right?
So of all the scenes in this movie, you're going to pick out the one where there's dead plastic bag head wearing dead people behind the drywall. Somehow I forgot to write that one down, Mark. Apologize. Okay. Wouldn't necessarily enjoy. Now, the other thing that scene contains that your boy can't handle is vomiting. So if there's any vomit, I'm 100% out. So I'm not in on that one. That was not one of the 6 I had written down.
You would not be good on a SWAT team, I guess, because you'd probably come across things like that on occasion.
Yeah, just anywhere we had a medical emergency on the plane flight home the other day, and a guy drops like a sack of potatoes, and he basically passed out. They put him in this seat in the row right next to me. I just get up and walk to the back. I'm like, I'm not. He's just like, head was hanging. Like, this guy starts throwing up, like, and then all the doctors come. He turned out to be all right, but it's amazing. God made some people to run right towards that stuff, and then he made me, who runs right away from it. If you remember the story, Mark, chicken cordon bleu night at the fraternity house, Bo Patterson right across from me choked. I just ran and called 911. My man's choking. Some brave soul did the Heimlich, saved his life. I just ran. I'm not good at that stuff.
Not good. This is not funny. I'm not proud of this. But speaking of in-flight emergencies, probably a month or 2 ago, I'm flying somewhere with some people. This is how I get the story later on. But we get off the flight, And this guy that works with me is like, "Did you see that in-flight emergency?" I'm like, "No, I was watching a movie. I think I was watching Goodfellas for the pod, so I was dialed into it." I'm like, "When?" He's like, "Oh, like 10 minutes after we took off, they rushed to the guy's seat. You know, they were doing yada yada. Everything turned out fine." I had no idea. I didn't even notice it. That's the kind of dedication I have to this podcast, Bob.
Mark, let me fill in the blanks here. Mark was in 1A. So he's not turning around to see the commoners in the back. I mean, that's why it happens. You're like, what row did it happen? Oh, 42B. Yeah. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one.
We're not messing with that. We digress. My next scene, Bob, and you can, because you may have had something before this, the trip down to Juarez, previously mentioned. We're going down there to get my boy Guillermo, and then the ambush scene. I've got some questions on that, but this is kind of, you get the ambush on the road where these dudes pull up in the Honda Civic or whatever they're in, and they're going to decide to engage a bunch of Navy SEALs, which was a bad move on their part. But this is where you really start to find out, oh, Alejandro ain't just some quiet guy who's just along for the ride, part of the negotiation crew. And Josh Brolin and the crew probably not following a lot of rules. You know, Emily Blunt's kind of mortified what's going on here. But this scene, it's close to being my favorite, but this beginning part where they go down there and they're cruising in the SUVs and coming back was outstanding.
A definite candidate for worst decision. I mean, you're outmanned, you're outgunned. Nothing good is going to happen unless, you know, the boss El Jefe says, "Hey, if you don't do this at the border crossing, you know, you're going to get killed." But an absolutely great scene. I've got some basically the escort, the Mexican police to get behind them. Extremely unsafe. They're just going over these things. They're hanging off. I mean, I can't believe some of them didn't fly off. They go in, they get the guy. I've got some border stories. I've got some Bob's Big Questions about the Mexican-American border, which I've been through. A fantastic scene. And I just love, I've got some questions on, is every SEAL and SWAT team just the greatest shot you've ever seen in your life? It's like, doof, 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 doof. And that many people just drop, and they don't even get a shot off, you know. But you know, we got to suspend disbelief for a little bit in that one. But it's incredible.
You know, I went to Mexico this summer, and I did see the dudes in those Jeeps with the mounted guns driving around. That's a real thing. And as we were doing, now granted, where we were was like in, you know, kind of the Riviera, like well protected. Like I'm asking the driver, like, "Hey, is this normal?" And he's like, "There will be no crime here, sir. There will be no crime." Like basically, like they want the tourists there, but they were everywhere. It was alarming and comforting all at the same time. But that's a tough spot on the back going up those speed bumps.
I don't think I'm leaving the country because like one of those guys come up to you, they go, you just smuggled cocaine, and you're like, "No, I didn't." They're like, "Yeah, you did," and then they just take you away. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, that would be a bad beat.
Yeah.
The next one I got. Now, I probably took a little time here. Did you go down the negotiation or the interrogation route with Alejandro and Guillermo? Did you touch on any of those scenes before we get to the tunnel? Before we get to the tunnel scene.
Well, I've got some before we get to the tunnel scene. But Guillermo's torture is one of them, where Del Toro, Alejandro. I just opted not to look up any Hall of Fame plaques. I was a little light on Hall of Fame plaques, but I'm going to keep it real. I just had a couple. That's fine. We don't need to. We were going to get best closest talkers in a movie. The only one I got was, the guy from Seinfeld, but just him getting close. He does it to Ted as well in the cop car. Oh. He does it to Kate. He's just amazing at it. I love how, it's no habla inglés. It's amazing how they no habla inglés. I love Brolin and Alejandro in that scene.
Yeah, Brolin, when Benicio's up in his grill peeing on him or whatever he's doing there, and he's looking at Brolin, and Brolin goes, "Don't look at me, remember? No habla."
It's awesome.
Yeah, Brolin is a million miles an hour. But the tunnel scene, that whole thing with the infrared goggles, the night vision goggles, they're going through the tunnel, and Benicio, you come to find out, this is the whole point of this thing, nobody really knows until you've seen it a few times, that they're going one way and he's going another way. He's got a entirely different mission. Kate sees it, follows him. You get some incredible dialogue and scenes there where he shoots her in the bulletproof vest. Great quotes there. He gets in the back of the car with Silvio, which will end with, I think, my favorite scene when we get to Alacron's house and that whole thing. But the tunnel thing is wild. I mean, down there, it's like a scene out of a war war mode.
Yeah, the tunnel thing wasn't as good. I kind of started this scene as she exits the tunnel.
Okay.
And she pulls the gun on Alejandro, and he doesn't hesitate, just shoots her in the bulletproof vest. Don't ever pull a gun. And she'll, I guess
she will never do that.
Did she, though, at the last
Oh, she does.
scene?
She does at the end.
I was just about to say she'll never do that again, but that end scene is unbelievable. And then Silvio knows he's going to die. Manuel knows he's going to die. I kind of ended it when Manuel floats in, and again, 3 guys, 3 shots, and they all just drop. And then it gets into the kitchen scene with Manuel, which is, it's the most YouTubeable scene. This is up, like, you think of the scenes I have YouTubed in my life, it's the end of Whiplash, it's the docking scene of Interstellar, it's Rocky 2, it's the kitchen scene with Alejandro and his family. And it kind of culminates with not in front of my boys, so he just kills them all. Go ahead, keep eating dinner.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. I don't love it that he kills his family, but this is a dirty, nasty, gritty movie, so nothing is off limits. Like, all that family's going to die. Yeah. And to do it before he kills him. So Manuel knows there's no negotiating out of this. Yet again, it's only business. It never works. Nobody says, yeah, you're right. You know what? It's just business. But he is still, while his wife and kids are alive, he's the tough guy. He's got the upper hand. And then it's great acting. Then he kills his kids and his wife, and he turns into just a child. And he knows this is it, and it's just unbelievable fear on his face. So good. And shoots him in the neck. I think if I ever kill anyone, I'm going to shoot him in the neck first. It's incredible getting shot in the neck. It's so good. So good.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene. The whole thing, him clearing out the bodyguards, getting in there, coming out to the dinner table, it's just fantastic. And it definitely is my favorite scene. It sounds like it is yours as well.
It's my favorite by far, but I love Ted. Ted getting interrogated. He hits him with a pull of the eyebrow and a wet willy. I've got some questions on that. And then did you have Kate's apartment? I mean, this is just where he knows.
Yeah, the end with the wolves thing. It's going to be in quotes, so I just kind of left it for quotes, but it's electric between the two of them at the end.
And it's just, I'll talk a little bit about it on some of what holds up and everything, but he's willing to go to a place that she never will be, and he knows it. And it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, I would never think, hey, have you ever thought if you lost your whole family? But there's people that have got it, and then they just turn into Alejandro. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. You hope you don't get there. But, man, it is unbelievable where it's, hey, you're going to sign this, and then if you don't, I'm going to shoot you through the chin, and it's just going to be suicide. And he, for sure, would have done it if she didn't say it. So good for her. She's like, yeah, this is not going anywhere. I'm not going to be the tough girl, the tough FBI agent that's going to stick to the rules, because he's going to put a bullet in my head, and there's no messing around. And you're not going to be able to, almost a little crossover. Usual Suspects. Benicio Del Toro's in Usual Suspects. He's got Benicio Del Toro's walking out of the apartment. She pulls the gun, like Verbal Kent. How are you going to shoot the devil in the back? Basically nice. The devil walking away, and Kate couldn't shoot him, and she would have been justified to shoot him, but she ain't gonna do it.
No, and he knew it. A great movie, Bob. Look, we're critical of runtimes. We've asked President Donald J. Trump to sign an executive order on an hour and a half. This was 2 hours. Completely fine with it. I had no fast forward moments throughout it. I thought it was excellent. Quotes you mentioned. Benicio gutted Taylor Sheridan's dialogue, but he left in some bangers of lines. I got 3. They're all his. Which one's your favorite?
What was the one I wrote down? I was going to save this for Big Tom. What's the best advice one?
The Don Corleone. That's definitely going to be the Don Corleone Leadership Award.
Oh, you know what? I think I missed quotes. Go ahead and say yours, Mark. I'm sorry. I wrote some other ones down. I think I missed his. I
mean, look, we get "Don't ever point a weapon at me again." After the aforementioned scene when he's going to kill Alacron at the end. "Time to meet God" is just the punctuation point on it, and then the most iconic quote of this movie and one that lives on is, "You will not survive here. You are not a wolf. And this is a land of wolves now," which is just, it encapsulates really everything at the end, to your point, where it's like, he's willing to do anything. You're not. Time to go.
It's time to go. You got to get out of. You got to get out of this business.
Yeah. Did you have any others? I thought those were the three standouts.
Well, I love when it's in my best. It's in my best advice, whatever category that is. But Brolin says, "Everyone stay frosty." I don't know what that means, but I kind of like it.
But you know what he means. You know what he means. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Brolin had some good ones.
I think I totally whiffed on quotes, Mark. To be honest with you, I think
he had one in there where he's like, "What's our objective here? To be overly dramatic." That's what Brolin said. Like, what are we doing down there? Yeah, Brolin, I thought was really good in this movie. Almost comic relief to some point. Just arrogant, smug, cocky. I enjoyed him.
Great. Brolin is. Brolin and Del Toro might be on that same level, like third-tier actors who are just awesome. Yeah. Just awesome. Llewellyn, isn't that his name in No Country for Old Men? Llewellyn.
Great movie. Only been 10 years, Bob. What holds up? What gets the M. Kevin Lahan Award for the most obvious thing that holds up?
Probably that the world is filled with really bad dudes. I don't know. Right. I don't know if that holds up, quote unquote, but it's just the world is filled with bad dudes, and we got to have police to police them, and those policings can't follow all the rules. I mean, I've got some questions about the whole plot of this movie. We're not, as long as what did he say? 60% or what is, I don't know, 15% of the population stops putting this stuff up their nose. We have to have order. Now, you could say, hey, no more drugs. That's never going to happen. So we'd rather just have one person deal. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. The title card you talked about, so good when you just read it. And it's just like, oh, man, I wish I was a Sicario. Just read.
Did you know what a Sicario... I'm trying to remember. I think Narcos was right around this time. So either Narcos taught me what a Sicario was, or Sicario taught me what it was. I don't remember the origin.
I don't know. What's better, a Sicario or a coyote? A coyote.
Sicario.
Okay, Sicario. Gotcha. Silence holds up. Benicio Del Toro, for the most part, doesn't say anything, and he's the coolest guy on screen. There's a lot of silence in this movie, which is really, really cool. I'm going to tell you this, Mark. You know what holds up? This damn private plane. I think they're onto something. I don't know why everybody doesn't get on one. I am very lucky. I've been on a lot of private planes lately, and I didn't pay for it, so this is not me bragging. Like, people take pictures of themselves on private planes when they didn't pay for it. That's weird, I think.
Have you been on a jet like these guys were in?
Oh,
yes?
I was on a basic... Yeah, like...
Okay.
Mark, I don't know why everybody doesn't just fly private. It seems much easier to do it. I'm joking, obviously, but private planes hold up. I don't know if this holds up, but like believing someone who looks and acts like Emily Blunt could do this job, that's not real. But you're in the movie, like nobody looks like Emily Blunt is doing this. They're not doing that. Not liking a character holds up. I just hated Emily Blunt in this movie. I couldn't stand her. She's so whiny. I just couldn't stand her. Having leverage and not having leverage and knowing when you have it. My boy Ted, John Bernthal, he's trying to negotiate for his safety of his daughter. Del Toro sticks his finger in his ear. Like, Del Toro, there's no negotiation. Getting really close to someone to show dominance. I'm going up with Coach Matt to go see Billy D inducted in the Hall of Fame, into the real Hall of Fame. I've told two people that. They're like, oh, the Florida Hall of Fame? I'm like, no, the big one. Like, he's getting the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Have you been there, sidebar, to the Naismith Hall of Fame?
Driven by it, no.
Very underwhelming. It's like in a strip mall. I was just kind of like, what are we doing here? It was kind of weird. Some of the exhibits are cool and things like that, but good job, Billy D, Hall of Fame.
I'm not going, by the way. Like, I'm playing golf with Matt on Friday. I'm playing golf Saturday morning. They're all going to go sit in an auditorium for 3 hours. Just people blabbing about people I don't care about. And then there'll be 15 minutes of Billy. And the tickets are like $500. Like, I'm not going to that.
Who's he going in with?
Carmelo Anthony, so I'm sure all those guys will be there. And I forget who else. But, like, is that crazy for me? Not like, Billy doesn't care if I'm there. At best, I'll give Billy a bro hug and a slap and say congrats. And then he's got more important people to talk to, right? I'm not going there. I'll go to the after party.
Yeah, the after party's fine. Yeah, it's just going to be a boring speech.
Boring speech.
I don't know. Is Billy good in front of a crowd?
Yeah, but whatever. So Billy is, I don't know if he does it on purpose, but when I see Coach and I slap his hand and I say hello, he'll stand about this close to you, and he will never break eye contact, ever. It's so uncomfortable. Yeah. But when you're standing with him, you're like, this guy's in charge. This is the guy that's in charge right now. Great scenes in a movie. And guys, not only in movies, but in life, because we need these people. Not necessarily the way they did it in this movie, but we need people in life to be willing to go places that I would never even consider. Elon Musk says, I'm going to send a person to Mars. Now, I'm not smart enough to do that, but thank God we've got somebody who's like, I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
Like, Brolin and Alejandro are just willing to go places that I'm never going to be willing to go to. That's about it, Mark.
I love it. All right, what else holds up, Bobby? Action right away. I said it in the scene. I love it. Let's just go. Let's get right into it. The score. I'm interested to hear about your best sound ever, because I just thought the music throughout this movie was very foreboding. It just was ominous. I really liked it. Special Forces dudes. To your point, are they all this good? I have no idea, but I love that there are people in our country that do this, that can do this. I'm just amazed by the skill of those guys. Black SUVs, just cruising around. A row of black SUVs, for whatever reason, I think is just really cool. And it always holds up. Here's a combo of these things, Bob. Drones, night vision goggles, and silencers. I need them all. I want all of that action. I think it's great. Is it an unfair fight? It seems like if we got all these tools and dudes that can't miss, I like our odds.
Yeah, I think the Coyotes are in trouble. If we've got night vision, a perfect shooting record. Every time these guys have pulled the trigger, someone has died. I mean, that's a bad combination.
My final thing that holds up, I always just love saying it, Medellin. Give me your best Medellin, Bob.
Medellin.
What a great city. Well, there are always questions, Bobby. I'm going to start with one, because this is where I think you may have been going with the helicopter rating. Could have been a great helicopter scene. Instead of going down there in the SUVs where there's a chance to get ambushed, why don't we just cruise down there in a helicopter, pick up Guillermo, fly over the border, land at the base, we're in, we're out. It's a dangerous move. We don't need to drive there. We could have flown in a helicopter.
It's the number one question. Or send a drone down there and pick them up. I mean, they can deliver beverages on golf courses now. Just send down there. It makes absolutely no sense. But then we don't get one of our favorite scenes.
True.
We don't get one of our favorite scenes. What else, Mark? That's your only question of the entire movie.
No. Would Alacrán not have better bodyguards? And I realize Alejandro is efficient and really good. So, I mean, not one guy gets a shot off. I mean, let alone puts up any sort of resistance. I thought that was bad.
There's got to be cameras. There's got to be cameras.
Something. A better system. Something. I realize he's in the ivory tower there. Crooked cops, man. It just never works out. Didn't work out for our guy Bernthal. Didn't work out for Silvio. Wayne Jenkins, and we own the net. Like, does a crooked cop does it ever work out? Bob, I'm asking you. You're in law enforcement.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, you'll get these cold calls. In your industry, it's something. In my industry, it's something. And you're like, does this ever work? And apparently it has to, because they wouldn't keep doing it, right?
Good point.
So I think there's crooked cops because, it keeps working to some level, I guess.
What do you got?
Why were the bodies in the walls again?
Well, that's a good question, Bob. I guess just, because you'd have to punch a hole in the wall to find. The smell had to be something. They act as if when they open up the drywall that it starts to stink. Wouldn't it just kind of stink, just in general? But that's a fair point. I don't know.
I mean, okay.
A lot of work, too. A lot of work to put them in drywall.
I'm gonna redo it again. We got to retell it. People don't remember. They go to the Rock, and they're in normal street clothes. Then they're in full fatigues. Someone had to pack it. Somebody had to be assigned to carry it. They had to have a place to get changed. And So there's just fucking gobs of drywall brought in. That putty, like hey, Guillermo, do you know how to do the mud? You know, like it was like perfectly mudded. Like, hey, Home Depot, we need a delivery of 17 yards of drywall and enough, putty to do it. Really? Is that what we're doing? And then were they just going to leave and rent the house? It was going to be an Airbnb? What were they doing? Why were they in the walls?
Imagine the Verbo reviews. Great location, plenty of space, odd odor. Bring a candle.
Odd odor. So you have no answer why they put them in the walls.
It didn't even cross my mind, but it is a fair question.
Aren't the FBI and these people used to seeing dead people? It's like they saw a dead person for the first time. I'm sure it's traumatizing, but I mean, it's not like me and you seeing it.
Well, I mean, there was like 100 bodies. Maybe they were decomposing. Yeah, it's probably disgusting. Who knows? Maybe some decapitations.
All right. So we're all just trying to, we're excited to have a job. I'm excited to keep my job. And whatever money anybody is making listening to this, we're appreciative to be getting that money. Okay. And I don't know how much money these FBI agents make. Who's signing up for this job? Who's doing this job? What could they be getting paid to make it quote unquote worth it? I mean, you don't have to answer that question. Who's doing these jobs, Mark?
It's got to be something with the adrenaline, the thrill, or you just want to do good, right? Like you just want to help people, and but God bless them.
FBI have pensions? Do they have pensions? That's a big thing. Like people go to
government racket.
Government job, so that helps. Like, jeez. Mark, so they got this tunnel. How long does it take to build one of these tunnels, and how do they structurally support it? Like, how many people died because it shaped, excuse me, they just say, hey, they just dug a tunnel. It seems like it would take years to dig these tunnels.
Not these tunnels, but I saw a documentary on the Vietnam War and the tunnel system they had over there. They had to have been preparing for this thing for 400 years. Like, just on the off chance, it was amazing. They had like fake ways to go and like fake trap doors, and they could survive down there for years. Incredible ingenuity. But you're right, you got a lot of patience. Make a tunnel like that.
So Emily Blunt, she signs up for this job. Not the job in the movie Sicario, but an FBI agent. Why is she so stressed? What's her problem, Mark?
Her and Reggie Wayne. I got a kick out of the guy's name being Reggie Wayne. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, total buzzkills. Just go along with can't you tell these are the dudes in charge? Just go along with the program. It was annoying.
She was so annoying, and we're doing it to catch the bad guys. Now, I get it. There has to be rules in place because if somebody gets wrongly accused, and I get all that. The Founding Fathers knew what they were doing, but these are the bad guys. And that's what Brolin keeps saying. Do you want to go home and do whatever nonsense, or do you want to really catch the bad guys? She said she wants to catch the bad guys. No, she doesn't. Yeah. No, she doesn't. Kick her off the force. So Manuel he's got to wreck the car. Silvio's just got to wreck the car. You're not surviving. So Silvio and Manuel are the guy that Alejandro gets the cop. Then he gets Manuel. Manuel even says, like, what happens when I get to the house? You're going to die anyway. You've got to just wreck the car. You've got to flip it. You've got to just hope you survive, right?
That's the move. Whatever happens, Bob, I'm going down. Just, you're hoping the seatbelt thing works. Is Alejandro even wearing a seatbelt? Because he's really up in there.
Really?
I think you just got to take your chances on surviving the crash.
I already alluded to this, does telling someone it's not personal, it's just business, has it ever worked in real life or in movies?
Works every time.
Okay. Well, no, it doesn't. Manuel got a bullet in the neck and then the head. And this is my last question, Mark. You just brought it up. He says, time to meet God. I don't think if you're going to hell, you meet God. So I don't think Manuel's meeting God. I think that's poor writing by Taylor Shea. He's not meeting God. He's not meeting God. He's not doing that. He's not meeting the same God I'm meeting. I promise you that. That's it for my questions, Mark.
Great job, Bobby. Let's hand out some awards. This will be easy. I got one name on a lot of these, Bob. The Denzel Washington Award for the biggest badass in the movie, Alejandro. Come on.
Could it be renamed? I don't know. Incredible. Incredible badass.
The Matthew McConaughey Award for the best scene stealer of the movie, Bob. I'm interested where you went here.
I think I got his name. Is it Guillermo, the guy that gets interrogated? He's like, no hablo inglés. And then he's like, oh boy, this is not good. I kind of like him.
Guillermo, that was good. I went with our guy Bernthal, Ted, dirty cop. He's just he's another one of those guys, kind of like a Benicio.
Fantastic.
Not first tier, not second tier. Excellent when you see him and stuff.
Fantastic.
Really good.
Fantastic. He was so good. And just, man, he was bad in this movie. Just a bad dude.
Bad dude. The Don Corleone Leadership Award for Best Advice in the Movie. It has got to be our dude Benicio at the end saying, look, this is a land of wolves now. You are not a wolf. Time for you to leave. Correct?
Oh, apologies to all the lawyers in the crowd, but I love the advice. No lawyers on this team. No, lawyers are, man, I know some good lawyers, but man, lawyers. But yes, I would agree.
A movie filled with not a ton of options for the Big Tom Callahan Award for the Best Parent. I just went with Alejandro just because, look, if I'm killed, I want him avenging my death as my father. But did you have anybody else?
I had Brolin. He's on the right side. I mean, Alejandro is part of a drug cartel, so that probably eliminates him immediately. At least Brolin's on the right side. Seems pretty laid back. Basically, if he's got kids at home, they're doing whatever the hell they want. So that seems pretty good.
Yeah, he's not around much. I don't think.
He's probably got a lot of these drug busts just got a lot of cash. I would imagine these DEA guys have there's no way you get one of those cubes of money and you just don't take some, right? And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, right?
Great. I'm glad you clarified. I wouldn't call you a dirty cop in that scenario. Like just one of those little rubber band things. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
I mean, a stack of hundreds this much is what? Like, $10,000. I don't know. Like,
you're the math guy. What would that be, Bob? Ready?
Hold on.
What?
Wait, do it again. Yeah, that's 20 G's easy.
I'm fine with it. For the record, back to blue.
Yeah.
The Jenny Award for Worst Parent. You have a cornucopia of options here.
It's Emily Blunt. I just couldn't be around her all the time. She's so whiny. She's just always in a bad mood, always with that puppy dog look on her face. Just like, you signed up for this job, Mom. Would you stop coming home bitching and wearing old clothes and looking all haggard and dirty? Just like, come on. If not, just be a social media influencer. Like, I don't know. Just stop doing this job.
She was a buzzkill, but she was hot. She is hot. I mean, they tried to make her look a little grungy. I just went with Reggie Wayne. I love the name. Daniel Kaluuya. Reggie Wayne. He was as bad as Emily Blunt was and as annoying. He was like a step above her in the annoyance category. And I would love the way Brolin would just be like, I don't even need you here. Why are you even here? Like, he just totally dismissed him every time he saw him.
Yeah. He said something and Reggie's like, I wasn't talking to you. And Brolin goes, and yet I still ask.
That's awesome. eBay Award. Item from the movie that you would most want. This was tough.
That linen suit.
A linen suit. Speaking of linen suit, I went to Mexico earlier this summer, Bob. Got a full slate of like linen gear. We're missing the boat, Bob. I want to bring back linen gear. It's phenomenal. It's cool. It's breathable. You don't really have to iron it. It's like acceptable for it to look sort of like crumpled up and unironed. Why aren't we wearing more linen, Bob?
Bobby LaCitra, this is going to be music to his ears. He's been trying to rock the linen for a long time. Now, when you say you got a full suite of linen gear, are you telling me there's a picture that is in this world of you with a linen short sleeve shirt with a bigger collar and linen pants on?
Oh yeah, I got linen pants, linen shirts. Yeah, I don't have the linen like suit jacket, but
put it in the podcast like you did with Lincoln that one time. Put it in the podcast. I need to see that. Are you smoking a cigar? I mean, obviously, right? And what shoes
I don't
do you
think
wear
I
with
was.
this?
I don't
What kind
think
of
I was.
shoes do you wear with this?
I think I had flip flops on. It was casual, Bob. Resort casual.
That's got to look so bad. So bad.
Terrence Howard Award for the worst decision. A movie that you could make a movie about bad decisions in. What was the worst, though, Bob?
I got two. I got one in the movie and one out of the movie. So one in the movie is the tattoo guy at the border. You're outmanned. You're outgunned.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I mean, it's never, even if you get a shot off, you're dying and you're not getting the hostage back. Like they're there to try to get that's never happening. That's never happening. And 2, so we're at my buddy's bachelor party. It's in Mexico. It was in San Diego. We go down to Ensenada, Mexico. We stayed the night. Like, oh my gosh, like what are we doing? We had a great time. We did all this. So on the ride back, there's 2 buses. Okay. Now this particular group of friends was from Dallas. If you know anybody from Dallas, just stay away. Dallas is filled with just maniacs. So there's one bus, and then there's another bus. Well, on one of our friends actually worked on the George W. Bush's White House staff. And the one bus is like, hey, bud, you don't need to be in this bus. And I didn't want to be in that bus either. They're just like, yeah, nah. We don't have jobs that this matters, but you don't need to be in this bus. Before we get to the border, we stop at whatever, a gas station. They open the van door out, and just this puff of not smoke, which would have been one thing, just like cocaine powder, just like poofs out of here. And I'm like, you guys are about to go over a border crossing. But they went right through. No big deal. That would have been the worst decision. Crossing the border with some cocaine in the bus.
Cocaine, booger sugar.
Some booger sugar.
What were your names?
High speed chicken feed. Colombian Bam Bam.
Colombian Bam Bam. Yeah, Tattoo Man and that whole crew there on the border crossing trying to take down the SEALs was bad. But we had 2 dirty cops. Silvio just seemed like he was making a dumber decision. He had a wife and kid. I mean, Bernthal, Ted, he was just kind of a grimy guy. Didn't seem like he had much going on. Was just going to take some for himself. But Silvio, God, he had a chance to be a family man. Made the bad decision there. Bob, before we get into the big question, I give you the blong. You want to hand out the Edward the Longshank Award for I was just doing my job?
I think the Edward the Longshanks, which is from Braveheart, we've said, Edward the Longshanks, first time you watch it, like, this is the worst guy ever. The 7th time you watch it, or the time you watch it for a podcast, you realize, like, he's just doing his job. What is he supposed to do? And I think it's Brolin's crew. His philosophy of, it ain't going away, we just need one. We don't need chaos. We need order. We can negotiate with one. We can keep this thing under wraps. On the surface, Emily Blunt's like, you can't deal with this. But you're like, this makes total sense. Do you think that's what they do?
I think 100% is what they do. Like, if you hear like Sean Ryan talk like on his podcast about the stuff in the Middle East, he's like, you need a dude who's like corralling all this stuff over there. And that guy doesn't rise to power by being a nice guy, right? Yeah. Like, you do need, I think there's some legitimacy to that. So yeah, so in your thing, Brolin just doing his job.
He's just doing his job. Yeah. He's just doing his job. I mean, Alejandro in that aspect is just doing his job.
It's true. All right, well, now it's time, Bobby. It's time in Sicario for your big questions.
Mark, I know what your answer is going to be because I forgot you went down there in all of your world travels. As I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, are there any nice places in Mexico?
Oh, jeez. Tremendous. Lovely people. Lovely people, great food, accommodating. I love the Hispanic population, Bob, as you are well aware.
Well, Lily's not from Mexico, so you don't have to pander like that. And is it just the high-fenced areas where all the gringos are? It's just, man, it looks like Silvio's house. Silvio's, like, no kids play on grass, apparently, in Mexico. Like, every soccer match is just on a dust bowl patch. Nothing.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, yeah, so great point. So on the drive from the airport to the resort, which is about an hour, you do pass through some places that you would not want to live. But every now and again, there's like an enclave. And our driver would basically say, this is where the Americans come down and they live. Big walls, huge fence. But you can, live down there like a king, right, for a third of the money, a tenth of the money, that whole type of thing. But it is definitely protected. Like, you're driving, you see this, and you're like, yep, that's where the expats are. Living in there. So definitely some nice spots. But I wouldn't want to just be afraid to leave, my subdivision, which is kind of what it seemed like to some extent. But definitely some beautiful spots.
Yeah, I just added this based on that response. Mark, what's an expat? I mean, that rolled off the tongue like you knew exactly what that means. What's an expat?
Well, it's like a tax write-off, Bob. You just write it off.
You just write
it's an
it off.
expat.
Okay.
You just
Yeah,
expatriate.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. Mark, ever slip a little whiskey into your coffee if you're having a rough day? Silvio does that in the morning. Just seems like, wow, that would be rough. Not Kahlua.
I don't think I ever have. I don't think I ever have.
Vacation,
I don't think I ever have done that. I think if I'm doing alcohol in the morning, it's a Bloody Mary. You?
Not
You ever
of a
gone?
No, I can't do that. Are you kidding me?
No.
I've got my stomach and my feet. They're very dainty. They're very delicate. They can't really handle that stuff. And if I'm going alcohol in the morning, it's a mimosa all day long. Okay, so have you ever crossed the border, Mark? In a car?
No. I've been to it in San Diego, which I'm going to next week. Maybe I'll zip across.
No, don't do that. You can get in easy. Coming back, it's jam-packed. What they showed is exactly what it is. There's just so much chaos and traffic, and everybody's selling everything and this and that. You could see that thing happening. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that for fun.
All right.
Don't do that for fun.
I won't do it.
Mark, we already talked about this, and I need a full and complete answer. Is every SEAL a complete badass?
Yes, because for all the SEALs listening out there, I think you've got to be. I mean, there's levels of badassery, correct?
Well, there's there's the old joke like, hey, somebody had to be at the bottom of brain surgery class.
Right.
They're good enough to be a brain surgeon, but
but to your point, that guy's a brain surgeon. The worst dude at SEAL BUDS training is still a SEAL, so he's a badass.
And do they put all the bad SEALs on one team? Like, if you're in danger and they're like, all right, SEAL Team 11's coming, you're like, oh, shit, 11?
Yeah, you don't want SEAL Team 11. Yeah.
No, SEAL Team 11. That's when you know you might want to start fending for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, is the blong in this? Is this an all-time blong? I mean, it is a
great
it's an
score.
Incredible blong. Where would you rate
Incredible.
where would you rate the blong? Is this better than the Dune blong?
No, the Dune, like any Nolan movie surpasses it. It's close. It's close. I mean, this is Villeneuve, right? So he's got the Dune kind of DNA running through him. So he's got that. I didn't notice who did the score, but it's really good. But the Dune is kind of like at a different level.
I brought him up. I brought him up in a conversation the other day.
Yeah.
Mark, have you ever been in a police escort?
Yes, I have.
Time and place. Tell the story.
So, this is going way back. Coaching high school football, off to the state playoffs. We got a police escort. We were driving. I can't remember to where, but we got a police escort out of Sanford. It was pretty cool. They block off all the lights. It probably lasted, 4 or 5 miles, but that would be the version of a police escort.
A legitimate.
Oh yeah, guys on motorcycles stopping traffic. We right out of town on a big bus.
What were your thoughts? I'll tell you my thoughts.
I thought it was awesome. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Obviously. Any other thoughts on it?
Kind of a waste of money. Like, what are we doing?
And so unbelievably unsafe for these folks that are doing this. We had a police escort in the Final Four, which is cool, from the hotel to the practice facility to the arena and everything. Which it's kind of quote unquote necessary to have it because you can't be 30 minutes late to a final. Well, relatively speaking, right? See. But these bikers are going 1,000 miles an hour. Of course, it's awesome, but I'm like, what? We're not that important, buddy. It's okay if we sit at a light for a second. Yeah. So unsafe, and such a bad use of our Blues time. I mean, they could be doing real work out there, and they're making sure the managers get to the freaking stadium early to wash the jock straps. It's not great.
Speaking, so I just saw a police escort. I'm at the Georgia game last weekend. And they take the bus from like this hotel where they're at down to the street to walk into the stadium to do the dog walk. I don't know, if it's half a mile. There's no one on the road. And you would think the president's coming down the road. 900 motorcycles, sirens galore. These buses go, it's like this, and then stop. But it's a great scene. But you're right. It's just kind of part of the whole pomp and circumstance.
Is every Mexican cop corrupt?
No,
No? Okay.
No,
Seems like it.
definitively no.
Definitively no.
Definitively no.
Okay. All right. Can you sleep on a plane? Now, not laying down in the back like Brolin does. I think I could do it if I was laying down. You fall asleep sitting up on a plane?
It's one of my worst regrets that I just am not able to effectively do it. Here's what I can do. When they shut the door, something happens weird with the cabin pressure. I'm going to doze off until we get out there to the runway. And then I'm up. I'm up. Very hard time falling asleep. How about you? I would love to be able to. I see these guys sometimes. You know, they rest their head up against the window, plane lands, wake up. I'm like, that is incredible. I can't do it.
Can't do it. Uncle Jeff's got this thing because Uncle Jeff goes to Dallas basically every other week. He's like, and he's got the whole thing. He's like, I get there. Now he goes in Greenville, so he goes right on the plane. I get 2 champagnes. I put my head back, and if I can fall asleep by the time we level off, I'm good. But if he doesn't get it where you're pushed back in your seat, he's like, I can't do it. He's got to just hammer it down. Mark, so Ted's in the back, Bernthal's in the back, and Del Toro basically rips his eyebrow, I think, or gives him the deepest wet willy of his life. What would you rather have if you had to have either?
Yeah, was that your take? It was a wet willy? Like, what was going on there?
Stuck his finger in his... Think about this. Hey, Mark, I'm going to go to you. Okay, now do that, and now try to stick it in as far as you can. It's got to be incredibly painful. What would you rather have? But this is a little sensitive, and you pull... I mean, do that right now, Mark.
I don't like stuff in my ears. That really bothers me. I guess, but this feels more painful. Yeah, this is not fun.
I need a picture.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not good. It's not good.
It's not good either. All right. Here's this one. You've got a choice. You go to prison for a year, okay? Or you have to take part of a DEA raid.
Like, am I in the back? Am I wearing like a red suit? Like do not tackle? Where am I at?
I don't know.
The raid. I'm not going to prison. I'm not going to prison. I'm just going to look. If I'm with the SEALs, no one's coming out of there alive.
You're with Emily Blunt. You're not with the SEALs
geez.
yet. This is like a DEA raid. I just looked at that like, man, I don't know what her job title makes in real life. I will definitively say it is not enough.
No.
That's all.
Let's go with the raid.
Questions.
I don't want to go to prison.
No,
that's
we're
it.
not gonna do that. No.
You were on fire for saying you weren't prepared, Bobby.
Oh, I'm prepared. All right.
Rudy Sack Award.
Hall of Fame plaques. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, Hall of Fame plaque. Rudy Sack Award, Bob. The most emotional moment in the movie.
I don't know how it can't be Silvio's son looking at his bed. You know, I get it, Silvio. You can't be making much. Your life's not great because you're sipping whiskey on your coffee. I'm going to move a couple, pounds of high-speed chicken feed, make some money, and you dang died for it. You could say he deserved it, but, got a family at home. Just trying to do the right thing.
You did pick an emotional moment. That was emotional. I just had the time to meet God scene. Yeah. I just loved it. But you're right. That was pretty touching there at the end. Bob, would you want to see this movie made by one of the GOATs? Spielberg, Tarantino, Cameron, the GOATs, Bob. Villeneuve did a hell of a job here.
Did we just add one to the GOATs? We just added James Cameron to the GOATs?
Oh, that's right. Cameron's not in there.
No, he's not.
Want to see it?
He's busy making avatars.
Is he making avatars?
No, this is probably why I probably would lean to saying Tarantino is my favorite of all time, because the answer is almost always Tarantino, right? I mean, it's almost... I don't think it needs to be remade. I thought this was awesome, but not Scorsese, not Nolan. I mean, this isn't a Nolan-type movie, and this isn't a Spielberg-type movie. No. So.
Yeah, I like it just the way it is. I do not need to see it remade by one of the GOATs. The ending to this movie, Bob, I think is really, really good. Not even the little thing after Emily Blunt and Benicio Del Toro have their stare down, where the kid's out there playing soccer, gunshots go off, they stop for a few seconds, and just like nothing's changed. Like all this has happened, and it's still chaos down there. But the whole scene with Del Toro and Emily Blunt, the Wolves quote, is just phenomenal. I don't see any other way you end this thing.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was about to write down a Hall of Fame plaque of best last scene in a movie. And I'm talking last scene. And I was about to write this scene, but then it goes on. Like, I would have loved to have seen it as soon as she pulls the gun down, and he turns around and walks. Boom, and done.
Kill it.
Don't see Silvio. Don't see the soccer. Don't see any of that. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess he was just trying to make a point at the end, like nothing's changed. You know,
Yeah.
these families still got to deal with all this nonsense. All right, Hall of Fame plaques, Bob. We'll start with the director, who I thought crushed it here. We don't even want to see the goats remake this thing. What do you think of with him? It probably comes down to Dune. And look, if he pulls off the third one, makes a great trilogy, it probably will be his thing. But Sicario or Dune for you?
Dune.
Same.
100%.
Daniel Kaluuya. That's our guy, Reggie Wayne. Yeah. He's in Black Panther, but he's that Get Out guy. He's a movie, to be honest with you, I've never seen. Did you ever see Get Out?
Oh, yeah, you should watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, is it good?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Isn't it a horror movie? I'm not a big horror movie.
Yes, but not, no, I would, that's definitely a good use of your time.
Okay.
That's a good
I just picture that dude on that poster. I could just see it. He's a Get Out guy.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Josh Brolin. Thanos.
This is hard.
Sicario. Dune. He's a great guy in Dune. No Country for Old Men. He's got some really cool parts. What is he? What do you think of?
I guess I think. Oh, Deadpool. He's in Deadpool.
Yeah, Cable.
I think of him a little bit in there, but I think it's Llewellyn from No Country for Old Men. I think that's what I think.
I think that's the first line of the obituary.
Yeah.
Starring in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt. I think, Bob, her reigning Hall of Fame plaque is being married to Jim. I think that's what I think you said that. Is she the Full Metal Bitch from Edge of Tomorrow? Great performance. The Quiet Place movies she's known for. It's not Sicario because she's good in it, but it's like a shitty part. Is she the Full Metal Bitch, Bob, or Jim's wife?
She's Jim's wife. I can't believe Kransky got her, man. Jim got her. It's amazing. We've ragged on her a little bit in this movie, but she's incredibly attractive and an incredible actress. I mean, she's the whole package.
I'll go Full Metal Bitch. Benicio. Fenster or Alejandro? To me, it's Alejandro, I think.
Boy, that's hard. I mean,
Tough one.
That's a little bit of recency bias. I mean, when I think of Del Toro, I think of Finster for sure.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Give me the fucking keys, you fucking cocksucker. What the fuck?
Sicario, probably Alejandro, a cooler part. Finster, maybe it's
100%.
his origin story. He almost doesn't look like the same guy.
No, he looks much younger. Yeah, he's 100%. He's Finster for sure.
I didn't do Taylor Sheridan just because I think Yellowstone's going to be tough to eclipse, but from a movie standpoint, I'd give him this, tremendous writing.
I think we need to do a podcast dedicated to Taylor Sheridan, to me to realize everything he's been involved with, but then bring it to the listeners. I can't believe he wrote this movie. I can't believe that.
Yeah,
that same Yahoo running around on those horses in Yellowstone. I mean, this movie is awesome. And I know I've seen a lot of movies. I never claim that I'm a movie expert or I've seen the most movies or remember the most movies. But it is amazing how many people I told I was doing Sicario, like, oh, I've never seen that. I'm like, what?
Wow.
How have you? Yeah, a lot of people say like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. So maybe I have seen more movies than the normal person. I know that's not of recent movies. Gosh, I haven't seen a lot of recent movies, but.
What do you got, Bob? Hall of Fame Plex.
All right, best Cartel movie. I only got two of them. Again, I was going to force some in here. I was going to do best linen suit. You had thought about that. It's basically him and Don Johnson. And DiCaprio in Great Gatsby. Best Cartel movie. Okay, The Mule, Clint Eastwood. Sicario, Blow, Traffic, Del Toro.
Nope.
Scarface, technically The Gentleman. It's kind of a cartel. Best cartel movie.
Wow, I hate to be trapped here on Prisoner Island. Sicario.
I think it's Moment Island. I don't think it's Prisoner
Island. On Moment Island, whatever it is. Yeah, Sicario. I mean, look, The Gentleman I don't really classify as a cartel.
Is it better than, if we watch Scarface tomorrow, are we not saying it's Scarface?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, and this one I'm proud of. This is a good one. So the best noise. How are we talking about this in Sicario, you ask? It's great helicopter noises in here, and I would say that a helicopter, do the noise mark right now. Don't do it. You'll add it in right now.
Sure.
that noise, okay, is an incredible noise. So it got me thinking, what's the best noise in the history of sound? So you've got a swish. So you shoot it from deep three and swish.
Leader in the clubhouse.
Well, he's going to have a short lead because you take the pin out and you drain a 10-footer. I mean, any noise better than that? You've got the helicopter sound. This isn't really a sound, but it kind of is. It just happens in your ear. When you pop that water out of your ear, it's kind of a noise and a feeling. You've got a campfire crackling. This is my winner. You've got a flushed wedge. I mean, that noise.
Yeah, that's better. That's better than the cup go. Because sometimes you don't really hear the cup. And that feeling that's associated with just a pure, and I would say, which happens like a 4-iron. You flush a 4-iron. That feeling, that's what heaven must be like.
This is how you know me and you are amateur golfers, because if I flush a 4-iron and it starts where I think it's going to end and it ends, my emotion is complete surprise. Like,
yeah.
I think the number one thing I say, this is so funny. If I flush a 4-iron and hit a great shot, I think I say, oh my God, I did it. Like, I think that's my natural reaction.
It's so hard to do. But that feeling is electric.
I've got a champagne bottle popping. Champagne's near and dear to my heart because of Aunt Michelle and Uncle Jeff. We drink a lot of it. And then a beer opening or a can opening. That's a great, great sound. Mark, what's the best sound ever to wrap up our Sicario podcast?
A flushed golf shot. For me, that's just because it just doesn't happen that often. You know, I'm talking the real flush, perfect divot. That is, you're chasing that constantly.
It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. That's it, Mark.
Who's the MVP of this thing, Bob? Director, writer, or is it just Benicio Del Toro's I think the easy answer. He steals the whole movie for me.
I guess, is the writer the creator of the movie? Technically?
I guess, but now that you're telling me Benicio scrapped, he saw the script, Taylor gave him he's like, nope, we're getting rid of all this. Great decision on his part.
Yeah, I think it's Sheridan. I mean, if he created did he create this from whole cloth? Is this just like a made-up idea? This isn't adapted from anything, is it?
It was original screenplay. Not even nominated. Yeah, it's just him just coming up with stuff.
It's Taylor Sheridan. I think in a runaway, and that's amazing because the directing is incredible. Del Toro is incredible. Brolin is awesome. Or maybe the Drug Cartel MVP producing movies like this. Those are good movies.
Medellin? Maybe Medellin is the answer. Bobby, we've 1 week in of college football. During football season, I think we're going to throw in some reaction, a little reaction segment here. Podcast reactions. Bobby, which team, college, had the best win last weekend? Which team had the worst loss?
Well, some of the best. So you think Ohio State is a great win, but they're kind of expected to win these things, you know. I think the best win. I think Miami's win was really good. I mean, they got to beat some good teams. They had to win that game because their schedule kind of sucks, so they got to put that on their resume. So that's good. But I can't believe. I shouldn't say that. We didn't see them play, so what the hell do we know about football? But for BK and LSU to go in there to Clemson and win that game. That's an incredible win. That's an unbelievable win. So I would give it to Clemson. You? I mean, I would give it to LSU. You?
I went with LSU too. Look, I mean, a case could be made for Florida State. A case could be made for some of these other teams. But I thought in probably the biggest game of the weekend, a lot of hype over Texas, Ohio State, but you had two new quarterbacks. It was kind of a garbage game. LSU going into Death Valley. Look, we talked about Brian Kelly on our preview show. A little toasty down there in Baton Rouge. You know, he hadn't really had a signature win. This was one against a team. I think you picked Clemson to win the whole thing and Klubnik to win the Heisman. But now it would be like, well, LSU's in the driver's seat and Nussmeier might win the Heisman, be the number one pick. So I too went with LSU. Big win for BK. I think the worst. I was shocked we agreed on that one. I think we're both going to agree on the worst loss. Could it be any worse than what's going on with Kalen DeBoer in Tuscaloosa and Alabama, Bob?
I don't know, man. And now just everybody's piling on. Like, did you see this guy had a phone in his hand when he's warming up? And okay. But there was some video of there's calling out dudes of like, watch this guy's effort on this play. And
Bad.
But I wonder if you looked at any other game, could you pick that out? I'm not watching these games, like it was bad. It was bad. $70 million buyout, and I heard somebody talking, maybe it was Feinbaum or something, of like, Texas A&M can buy out Jimbo Fisher for $75 million. That's oil money. Alabama doesn't have this money. Like they don't have this type of money. But that wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if he was fired today. It would not shock me.
Look, they always say you don't want to be the guy replacing the guy. You want to be the guy that replaced the guy. That whole thing. It's bad. I agree that it's a pylon situation right now with showing this effort and all this kind of stuff. It ain't great. To your point, this guy just couldn't have forgotten how to coach. It's gotten off to a really rough start. It's not going well. That was a bad loss. Not the fact that they lost the game, because you could argue, hey, was that Florida State? Florida State's better than 2-10. I think it was kind of the way they lost. It just doesn't look right going down there.
Bad. I feel bad for him. I do. I do. Like I just, it's a very tough profession. There's no chance he's not trying his hardest. It seems like a soft thing to say, but golly, man, that is bad.
On to something better, Bob. A podcast prediction and this thing. The Bears. Monday Night Football. You got me fired up on the football preview show. We are back. We've got the coach. We've got the quarterback. We've got the weapons. It all starts in Soldiers Field against the Vikings Monday night. What happens?
Oh, Bears win this game. There's no question Bears win this game.
Give me a score.
Did you listen to Bill Simmons and Peter Schrager this week? Or it just came out today, maybe?
Yeah, it was like his second, like fun storylines of...
You listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
Schrager is just going on and on about the Bears and Ben Johnson and these stories. And Simmons like, all right, well, where are they finished? He goes, fourth in the division. I'm like, what? What? You just told me they're basically going to beat Mahomes. They're going to somehow go through Allen, Lamar, and Mahomes in the playoffs, even though they're not even in the AFC. And then they're like, no, they're going to finish dead last in the NFC North. What?
Yeah, it was building up. It was building up really good, and then it kind of ended poorly. But I got them coming out winning 31-17 over the Vikings. We begin our assault on the NFC North, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna score that many points. Just take it easy. Like a 24-14. I'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that win.
Well, there you go. Sicario, Bobby. Been a good time. Go Bears.
Go Bears.